You remarried an old man, huh? Haha.
What? What are you talking about?
Wow, you've really lost your taste. You should have just stayed with me. Haha.
I bumped into my ex-husband after several years and he greeted me with a smug grin. An awkward silence fills the air. He doesn't even realize that his comments are stirring the pot. What a hopeless man. He still doesn't get how ridiculous he sounds, and then karma finally catches up with him. I didn't miss the moment his face turned pale. My name is Olivia Harper, 28 years old. I married the love of my life and we have been a couple for just 1 year. Even though we have only been married for a year, I'm already considering divorce. My husband's name is Jackson, 30 years old. He works for a client company and we often met because we were both in charge of the account. At first, we only talked about work, but we soon discovered we liked the same band and started dating. He's serious about his job and we make up quickly after fights. That was the best part about us. I thought we would be fine even after marriage. After a year and a half of dating, we became husband and wife. But as soon as we got married, his attitude changed completely. The kind and loving Jackson turned into a controlling husband. I first felt uneasy a while after we got married. I came home from work as usual and he was already there, messing around on his phone. Normally, I'm the one who greets him, but today was different. I greeted him with a fresh "I'm home," but he didn't respond. Did he not hear me? I thought and raised my voice a bit. "Jackson, I'm home. Sorry I'm late. I'll make dinner right away."
Shut up. You're the one who's late. You're worthless.
I froze at his words. What? What, Jackson?
You're my wife and you come home later than me? Are you crazy?
I'm sorry. I had to work late today.
Work late? That's your fault for being incompetent. Don't make excuses. It's annoying.
I don't know what to say. We had arguments while dating, but we always talked it out and resolved it the same day. No matter how heated our arguments got, he never called me worthless. That's why it took me a while to realize what he had just said. From that day on, he criticized me every time I took a bite of dinner.
This is bland. You can't even cook. You're a failure as a wife. I married you, so be a better wife.
Since then, he's been saying such things openly. At first, I tried to talk back, but it only made him angrier.
What did you just say?
That's why. I'm also working and doing housework. If you're going to complain, you could help a little.
Don't joke with me. You're the wife and I'm the husband. Housework is all your work.
But we are a married couple, right? Shouldn't we support each other?
Are you stupid? You should be grateful. You even got to marry me.
That's not fair.
You just need to listen to me and do your job. Got it?
The Jackson I loved is gone. Or maybe he was just wearing a mask while we were dating and this is his true self. Still, divorce wasn't an option since we had just gotten married, so I kept enduring. A year into our marriage, nothing has changed. I'm still treated like a maid doing whatever my husband says. The only time I can relax is when I am at work. Thanks to my friend and colleague Lily, I have been able to get through each day. Lily is the daughter of the company's CEO, but she doesn't let her status get to her head. She's dedicated to her job, which makes her even more likable. We always have lunch together. One day, while eating, she starts talking. "Hey, Olivia, guess what? I'm dating that guy I told you about." "Really? That's great. Thanks to you for listening to me and giving advice. Really, thank you so much." "I didn't do anything. You did it all yourself, Lily." "No way. If you hadn't encouraged me, I wouldn't have even contacted him." Seeing her blush and talk so happily makes me feel happy too. "Really? I am so happy for you," I say, and then she turns the conversation to me. "What about you, Olivia? Are you okay?" "Okay? What do you mean?" "I mean your husband. He's still giving you a hard time, isn't he?" Lily looks into my face with concern. Yes, I had confided in her about my husband's verbal abuse. I feel guilty for worrying her when she's so happy. With that, I give Lily a forced smile. "I'm fine. I guess I've just gotten used to it." "That's not okay. You shouldn't have to get used to something like that. I have only been married for a year. I can't just get a divorce that quickly. But if you keep this up, you'll..." "Thank you, Lily. Just having you worry about me is enough, really. Thank you." Lily looks puzzled, but that's okay. I can't worry her any more than this, especially when she's about to be happy. I say thank you to her again and forcefully change the subject. I wanted to forget about my husband at least while I'm at work. But even that reaches its limit. A month later, it's a holiday and also Lily's birthday. Her boyfriend can only meet her at night due to work, so we set up a lunch date. I wake up early, finish the housework, and start getting ready. While I'm doing my makeup, my husband speaks up.
Hey, you're not planning on going out, are you?
I told you before, right? Today is Lily's birthday, and we're going for lunch.
What? I don't care. You're a housewife. You can't just go gallivanting around.
Gallivanting? I always do the housework on my days off. Can I have just one day?
Who do you think you are talking to? You should only listen to me.
Normally, I would say I'm sorry and offer a superficial apology, but this time, I had reached my limit. Days filled with insults from the man I vowed to love and marry. This wasn't the married life I had envisioned. Fueled by anger, I raised my voice. Enough is enough. Why does my life have to be controlled by you, Jackson?
You? How dare you speak to me like that?
I'm fed up being belittled and yelled at every day. This isn't the marriage I wanted.
Huh? Like I care. It's all your fault for being a useless wife.
Fine, let's get a divorce. At those words, his eyes widened in disbelief. He probably never expected me to be the one to suggest divorce. His face tightened as he asked, "Are you serious?" I resolutely replied to him, "Absolutely. I should have made this decision much sooner. I hesitated because we were newlyweds, but that doesn't matter now. I should have left someone like you a long time ago."
What? So now it's all my fault? Fine, let's divorce. But no alimony, got it?
If that's what it takes to divorce you, I'll gladly accept.
You'll regret this, you hear me?
He stormed out and returned with divorce papers. He signs it on the spot and points it at me. I happily signed them on the spot, and so we were officially divorced. Until I found a new place, I stayed in a monthly apartment near my work. I only told Lily and my direct boss, Anderson, about the details, finally reclaiming some time for myself. Years passed. A lot happened after divorcing my ex-husband. For a while, he wouldn't stop contacting me, almost making me lose faith in people.
You'll never be happy. You'll be alone forever.
He would message me daily like a stalker. But Carter Anderson, my boss, and Lily saved me. Carter had been my mentor since I joined the company and was like a brother to me. When he noticed my distress, he reached out.
Hey, are you okay?
Mr. Anderson, I'm sorry. I have been making a lot of mistakes lately.
That's not what I mean. You seem relieved after the divorce, but you've been looking down again. What happened?
Well, my ex-husband won't stop sending me abusive messages.
What? Ignore him. Block his number.
That day, Carter took me to a few pubs. I initially intended to have a good time, but I ended up pouring out my emotions and eventually broke down crying. From then on, we started having regular meals together, and before I knew it, we were in a romantic relationship. He proposed last month, and now I wear an engagement ring. Carter got promoted and moved departments last month. So we don't see each other at work as much, but we live together so I don't feel lonely. And the best part, Lily is getting married too. The man Lily was marrying was the same guy she had happily talked about years ago. He apparently worked at the same company as my ex-husband, which made me a bit uneasy even though it wasn't his fault. But today was Lily's wedding day. No room for anxiety. On my way to the venue, I ran into Lily's father, the CEO of our company. Ah, Mr. CEO, hello.
Oh, Olivia. Lily always speaks highly of you.
Thank you, sir. Is your wife not with you today?
She went ahead to help with the wedding preparation, so I'm on my way there alone.
I see. Would you like to walk together?
Of course. I'd be delighted to walk with you, Olivia.
We made our way to the venue chatting casually. As I was about to check in, I heard a familiar voice from behind.
Hey, isn't that Olivia?
What? Jackson? Why are you here?
Why? It's a colleague's wedding. Of course, I was invited. Long time no see.
My bad feeling was confirmed. Lily's fiancé was a colleague of my ex-husband, and they were close enough to invite him to the wedding. He looked at me with a sarcastic smile and said,
"So, you remarried an old man, huh?"
What are you talking about?
You should have just stayed married with me instead of marrying some old guy.
How dare you? It's none of your business.
Why are you mad? Just because you're lonely doesn't mean you should marry some old guy. Showing off that ring, huh?
Oblivious to the awkward atmosphere, Jackson let out a vulgar laugh. That was the last straw. I couldn't let him disrespect the CEO like that. If this happens, I'll drag you out and kick you out of the ceremony hall. I was about to grab his arm and drag him out when an employee at the reception yelled at Jackson.
Shut up! Do you even know who this man is? Huh? What? He's Olivia's current husband, right?
Who are you to call the CEO old man? That's incredibly rude.
What? CEO?
Yes, this gentleman is Lily's father and the CEO of our company, Mr. Mason. Jackson's face turned ashen when he realized the gravity of his mistake. No man is so lucky. His face turned a shade of blue as he finally realized his blunder. The CEO approached my ex-husband with a relaxed smile.
Nice to meet you. You're Olivia's ex-husband, right? Yes, I am. We have been doing business with your company for a while. Just so you know, I am the CEO. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Don't worry about it. I was just about to end our business relationship with your company. What? Wait, that would be a problem for us.
Stammering, Jackson pleaded with the CEO. If a major deal falls through because of him, his standing in the company would be at risk. He seemed to realize this, lowering his head, his face as wide as a sheet. But I knew from Lily the CEO is someone who never changes his mind. Unmoved by my ex-husband's desperate excuses, the CEO finally stated, "Enough.
This happened because of your inappropriate behavior. Not only did you insult me, but you also hurt Olivia, whom you have divorced. I can't continue doing business with a company that employs someone like you." Wait, what about my position? Your position? I couldn't care less. We won't be inconvenienced at all by ending our relationship with your company. To be frank, we have the upper hand. There are plenty of companies that want to do business with us. You can't be serious. Moreover, your colleague Lily's fiancé, we're thinking of poaching him to groom him as the next CEO. So there's absolutely no downside for us. Why would you go to such lengths for Olivia? Olivia is the only person who treated my daughter like a normal person. Most employees limit their interactions with the CEO's daughter. Olivia didn't care about that and became good friends with Lily. Thanks to her, my daughter could be at ease in the company. I've often heard my daughter say, "I'm grateful to Olivia." I had no idea. Anyone who hurts someone my daughter is grateful to won't be forgiven by me.
At the CEO's words, his shoulders trembled violently. Unable to bear the cold stares around him, he collapsed to his knees. I looked down at him calmly. "Do you understand now how unreasonable you have been?"
Olivia, help me. I can't go on like this.
"Thanks to you for divorcing me. Thanks to you, I'm incredibly happy now." The CEO approached me after my final words and said,
"Shall we go?"
I nodded silently and walked away from my ex-husband with the CEO. Later, I heard that my ex couldn't handle the atmosphere and left the venue. The next day, the CEO contacted his company and ended the business relationship that had lasted for several years. Jackson was held accountable, losing any chance of promotion and even facing a pay cut. He's now keeping a low profile at work amid harsh criticism and cold stares from colleagues. As for me, I recently completed my marriage registration. Since I married Carter, who is my boss, everyone at the company celebrated and I was able to resign. From now on, I plan to support him as a homemaker. Marriage isn't the only path to happiness. I became certain of that after divorcing my ex-husband. But one thing is clear, the quality of married life can change dramatically depending on your partner. I intend to prove that, living my life with Carter from now on.